All right, James. This beautiful, beautiful dining room. And this piece right here, I have to say, this is one of my favorites. This is just full. Let me get out of the way so we can see it. It's got wavy glass. It's got the old antique wavy glass, full of ironstone. Where'd you get this, James?
I bought it in one of the Nashville shows from a friend of mine out of Ohio.
Out of Ohio. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love the ironstone in it. It's an old red, original paint, right? Yeah. And look at all these firkins right here. Tell us about how long did it take you to collect this stack, James? I'm gonna take this home with me. Just
I bought those at Nashville show too, maybe one every year or
every
something.
year. We go to these Nashville shows that's called the Tailgate and the Fiddlers. And it comes once a year in February. We all look forward to going to that every year. But yeah, those are gorgeous. I love this mustard looking one down here. And this one right here. I was looking at those when I was filming a few minutes ago, and these two are my favorite. I love those. All right, James, what about this? My mom says she thinks this looks shaker. Does this look shaker to you?
Yes, and it came from over near the Shaker town near Danville, Kentucky.
Oh, really? Okay.
Guy bought it out of a barn over there.
Out of a barn? Are you kidding me? Wow. Out of a barn.
And then I bought it in Waynesville, Ohio, out of a shop.
Out of a shop. So somebody dug it out of a barn, and then you bought it out of a shop.
Right.
Now, did you have to do anything to it when you brought it home?
Yes, it was painted white, and I stripped it down to the red.
Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine trying to strip white paint off? So when you took that white off, how long did it take you to strip that off? Days or weeks?
Not too long on it. It was latex white paint.
Okay, so it came off pretty
easy. Yes.
Okay, look, it's that old red too. My favorite, just the old red pieces. I love them. Now my mom has a collection of what's it, blue?
Yeah.
What we used to call it? What we used to call it?
Blue
Salt glaze. Blue
yes,
salt glaze. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty. That's beautiful. Now, what about your table? Did you do your table?
No, we bought it in Springfield, Ohio. It was the one thing my wife really wanted.
Really? Now you love the primitive stuff really more than your wife did.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Now James's wife has been. She left us here. Let's see, how long ago?
It'll be 10 years in March.
10 years in March. Yeah. Yeah. They created a beautiful home together. Beautiful home. Now, James, are these chairs that you did yourself? Or
no, this set here came from the Serif.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. My favorite place.
But the rest of them that I've got, I did them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, James is so good at getting these Windsor chairs, and then you do like a special little spiel you go through all different steps, and they look so old when he's finished. They're just gorgeous.
I've sold over 600 of them.
Oh, 600? Oh, my goodness. Wow, 600. Wow. And this right here, I love this. I love this light fixture. Now, did you order this somewhere? Or
No,
did you?
I painted it.
You did that one because I went home and did one like this. It was what? Brass. Or brass. You know how you've seen the old brass fixtures that everybody wanted hanging in their homes? This was originally brass. And you told me how to do that. You painted these, and then kind of antiqued it, painted all this flat black, I guess.
Right.
And, just gorgeous. It looks just like one you would order and pay no telling what for. It's gorgeous. I love it. All right. Well, let's see here. All right. Now we've moved in here to James's beautiful kitchen. I love the color that you've chosen for your cabinets. They're so pretty. This dark red. I love it. And this piece right here. I know if I back my truck up, I think I could probably fit this in the back of my truck on the way home. I'm kidding. All right, James, you said that you scraped this piece down yourself. Right. What color was this?
It had gray and white and 3 or 4 colors paint on it.
Oh my goodness. And you scraped it. You didn't strip it. You just...
I scraped.
You scraped. And when you say scrape, you have to take like a putty knife kind of thing or something to scrape it?
Yeah, I used a bunch of knives.
Just whatever you can get to scrape that paint off. Oh, my goodness. It looked, what's so pretty is the color of it. And this is original, I bet, right? This is the original color. Yeah. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And then this beautiful shelf right here full of all this gorgeous antique pewter. It's beautiful. I love that, too. And this right here. Now, did you make this table?
No, I bought that from Melanie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Our friend Melanie Jenkins that we did a home tour of back before Christmas. Yeah. So this at one
She
time
bought
was
it from
Melanie's.
Joanne.
Okay. See, around here we just swap up and trade pieces, and yeah, and then one day Melanie might have it back, or I might have it. You can't never tell. All right. Well, it's gorgeous, and I like the way. I don't know if you can maybe do the camera up there and show us that old sled he has up there and the old game boards. It's really, really pretty the way you have your stuff displayed up there. Looks so pretty. Well, I love it, James. It's just gorgeous. We're
Thank
going
you.
to move on now into the living room. Ready to go? All right, Ricky. All right, James, tell us about this beautiful corner cabinet you got here. I know you
Oh,
probably made that.
I made it out of old wood and an old door.
Oh, would he? James is so good at doing that. Some of our friends, Gail Reeder, which I know a lot of you are familiar with, and Tara, I did both of their houses a couple weeks ago. They have so many beautiful hanging cupboards that James has made in their house, and they just jump out at you. And I can usually look at it and say, I bet James made that. But he always takes antique. You take antique wood to make them, don't you?
Right.
Yeah, he doesn't use any of the new wood. It's all antique wood that he uses to make them, and they're gorgeous. Yeah, and this is a sampler. You can come on over here, James. We'll make sure we get you in this shot. And yeah, before I talk about my sampler, this is James's beautiful wife, Judy. And we got to talk about pretty Judy, don't we? And then this is a sampler that I made for James. It was, I did this because James is a dear friend of mine, and James is so good to everybody, and I wanted to do something special for him. So I stitched up the front of his salt box. He lives in a beautiful salt box house that I'm sure y'all saw in the video. And I just stitched a salt box, and it says the Brown Homestead on it. And I know James he really liked that sampler I made for him. James, I know when we were here before, you told me there's a story behind this table right here. You said there's a tag up underneath this table. Tell me about this table.
Yeah, I bought it in Ohio from a lady that had it in her house for, well, I don't know how long.
Yeah.
The tag tells how long she had it, and it's still on there where she bought it years ago.
Now that's a
Tavern
tavern
table.
table. Yeah, that's a tavern table. I love that. It's so pretty. That's real pretty. And these kind of stoneware crocks, jugs, whatever you want to call them, they're my favorite. The ovoid crocks are my favorite. And where'd you get this crock, James?
I bought it from my nationwide insurance guy
Oh, I know that it's the same insurance man that I had in Gouletsville.
right.
Yeah, I had him because when I went to get my insurance, he had crocks and stoneware jugs in his office. Yeah, and what a small world. See, you never know. What a small world. Yeah, but that's my favorite. I love that shape,
Right.
that rounded shape. And you said you think this come out of New York?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love it. And then he's got beautiful crocks down here. I hope you can see them. Not sure if you can see them or not.
I bought them in Brimfield, Massachusetts.
Oh, Brimfield. I want to go there one day. Have you been? You've been several times, right?
Twice.
Twice. Is it as good as they say it is? I mean, that's like
Yes,
everybody dreams of going
it is.
to the big flea market thing they have up there. Is that what you went to? And you bought these there? Oh, man. Yeah, one day I'm going to get there. I'm going to get to Brimfield one day.
And
Yeah.
I bought that tall one over there in Sturbridge, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. Now he's got let me see if I can get a shot of this tall one that he's got up here on the fireplace. Just bear with us a second. And you got those three. Those are, now would you call those, they're not really an oval. They're more like a jug, aren't
Right.
they? Kind of. They're more like a jug. And you got those where, did you say? In Massachusetts?
Sturbridge, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then you've got this beautiful, now, Ricky, see if you can get a shot of this pretty. I've put my husband to work today. I'm sure he's real happy with me. I'm letting him do my videoing today for me so I can just sit and visit with James. But he's got a beautiful mustard cupboard over here. And I bet, was that like that when you got it, or did you have to strip it, or?
It had latex blue paint on it, and
Oh my
I
goodness.
started stripping it, and it had the old mustard
Oh my goodness.
buttermilk paint underneath.
Oh, so it's that butter. What is buttermilk paint? What is, I mean, what
They
is,
made it up out of, used a lot of lead and different stuff in
so
it.
it was kind of dangerous back then, I
Uh-huh.
guess, but that's what they had to work with. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Well, James, this is a treat. I'm gonna tell you, it's just a treat getting to come and talk to you about all your pretty things, all these pretty pictures you got up here, these ironstone pictures. My mom loves ironstone, and those are really pretty. And you've got, is that an antique game board you have up there on top? It's
Now,
not. Well, it
it,
sure is
it,
pretty.
it
It
was
looks
a
like it.
tabletop,
Oh, really?
and the center is inlaid,
I can
and,
tell that. Yeah.
and then my grandson-in-law, he painted it.
Oh, did really? Oh,
Uh-huh.
wow. Well, he did good. It looks almost like he used almost a chalk looking paint, kind
Yeah.
of the way he did it. It's pretty. I like that. Looks real pretty. Yeah. We're going to go over here. Let's go over here and talk about this beautiful grandfather clock. I love that. As soon as you walk in James's door, he's got, and I'll show it to you. We're going to head over that way. It's a beautiful grandfather clock. All right, we're over here with this beautiful clock. And I know, James, I know you have a special story. This piece is special to you, I know.
Yeah, Judy gave me that for our 25th anniversary. It came out of Pennsylvania.
Oh man, it's gorgeous. I hope you can see it, but you can tell how old it is with the just the face of that clock. You can just tell how old it is. It's gorgeous. I love it. And then James has all these beautiful. Do you want to show us something inside here? Let's see. Let me move out of the way so we can see. Can you see that, Ricky? Let's see if we can pan around here and see inside here. Oh, it's got the little mechanism, and you can just tell how old that is by looking at it. Isn't that pretty? I love it. It's gorgeous. Well, that was awful sweet of her, Ricky. What you have we got 25 yet? Are you gonna get me a clock for our 25th?
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful, James. I'll let you. It's got the little lock on it. And then we've got some game boards back here. Now these are these all antique, James? These game
No,
boards?
only one of them. This
The-
one's antique.
The light blue one.
Uh-huh.
That
And the
one's
rest of them
antique.
came from Old Glory in Waynesville, Ohio.
Oh yeah. I've heard a lot of people talk about that shop. Yeah, they're pretty. They look pretty going up your stairs. I really like that. All right, and then there's a piece over here. We're going to move around. I want to show you this last piece, and then we'll go off into your bedroom. Okay. All right, James, we're just going to show you this rocking horse. Tell us about this rocking horse, James.
I bought it in Brimfield, Massachusetts.
Again, lucky you. You got to go back to Brimfield again. What about this pretty gold box here?
I bought it from a friend out of Bowling Green, Kentucky, but it came out of Pennsylvania. It's a wood box.
Wood box. And I bet that's original mustard paint,
It is.
right? Yeah. It's so pretty. I think that's one thing that's so pretty about your home is I love all the paint. I like the early paint that's hasn't been refinished I mean, it's just original paint. That's what makes it so pretty. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, James, I think this is my favorite story that you tell about this cabinet right here. Tell us about this cabinet. It's a good one.
I bought it at a country auction. The guy that had just bought it, and I asked him if he'd sell it. I just got there, and he said he would. So I bought it. It was painted white, and I scraped it down to the blue. But I had my trailer full, so
And you were in, where'd you say, Ohio?
Ohio.
Okay.
And I put it in my niece's garage till I got ready to come home on Monday, and I put it in the back of my truck, and it rained like we was in a car wash from Ohio to Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh my goodness.
And when I got home, my son-in-law came and helped me take it out, and I saw an envelope in the bottom of my trunk bed, and it had $15, $20 bills in it.
Oh my goodness.
And it had been,
Didn't you say it was in this middle drawer right
yeah,
here?
it was taped on the side
So you
of
couldn't
the,
see it. So
couldn't see it.
once he took that drawer out, he saw
right.
that in there. That must have been somebody saving their little nest
It-
egg they
it
were
was.
saving in that little drawer. Ain't that no telling how long that had been in there? Maybe somebody didn't even see it.
Right.
Yeah, you never can tell. You don't know. Oh my goodness. Well, also I wanted to. Now you worked for years at a sewing factory, wasn't
I
that right?
managed garment factories.
Okay, garment factories.
Mm-hmm.
All right, James was the manager. So he can sew like nobody's business. And he made, I want to show you these pretty curtains he made. He made these curtains. We always talk about these curtains every time we come here, don't we? He made these curtains. They're real heavy. Did you get that fabric at the Sarah?
Seraph. Mm-hmm.
Got the fabric at that mustard check at the Sarah. And then he also made, you can see he's got two windows in here. And he also built these beautiful shutters. He has these throughout the house. You made all these shutters, didn't you, James? Yeah. And then we'll get a shot. He made the pill of shams and the dust ruffle out of that same fabric from the Seraph. And it's just gorgeous. I love this room. I love this room. And now what about this bed?
It
It's
came
been
out of Ohio too.
Well, I'm going to Ohio. All the
Yeah.
good stuff comes out of Ohio. Yeah. So you made this, I mean, you bought this out of Ohio, but you've had this a long time,
I
haven't you?
have.
You've had this one of your older pieces. You've had it a long time. It's pretty. I think I like this room. I like the mustards and of course I'm drab. I like the browns and the mustards, but it's really, really pretty. And this Windsor right here. Now this is what you call, let me move so you can
It's
see
a
it. Is that
Philadelphia. It came
Philadelphia,
from Benner's in
Windsor.
Ohio.
Oh, okay. And this is your beautiful family, right? That's your great
Great
grandkids?
grandkids.
It's your great grandkids right there. Oh, that's sweet. What'd we do without our grandkids
Oh,
and
I
our
know.
great grand? I'm telling you, there's
I've got
something else.
6, and that's 4 of them
Oh
there.
my goodness.
That's my
They're
daughter's. My
beautiful.
son's got 2.
Oh, okay, that's pretty. There's James right there in the middle. But anyway, I love this room and I love the colors and I love this Philadelphia Windsor. They're just the seat. They made them. They were real wide in the seat, weren't they? Yeah. And people were little back then too,
Right.
so I bet that probably felt lost in that big chair back then because the people were little back then. It's pretty though. I love it. All righty. All right, everybody, we're out here. I just gave you an outside view. This is James's little showroom for when he restores the furniture and he paints his Windsor chairs and just different pieces he's acquired that maybe he's decided to part with, and he puts them out here in his little showroom. And there's lots of people many people have bought from you through the years.
Yeah.
Through the years. And so anyway, and also I wanted to show you, this is, I'm just about to forget. I wanted to make sure we get this in here. James, this is when you were in he was in a Primitive Place magazine, his home was, in the spring of 2015. Is that right, James?
Right.
Yeah. And his house is in here. And I know most of you have this magazine, so you can look that up, spring 2015. And then, James, also, I know a lot of you have gotten Gail Reeder's book that she wrote. And Gail, come on over here, James, and tell me about this. Gail dedicated her book to you, right?
Right.
Yeah, because what did you tell me? She was your second?
Second customer.
She was Gail was James's second customer years ago when you were, did she buy furniture pieces? When, do you remember what she bought from you on your?
Oh, she bought a lot.
She bought, yeah.
A lot of her
I know
furniture.
she did, yeah. Yeah, so I know Gail thinks the world of you too. We all do. We all do. But, and then also he's got Tara's, our friend Tara Crabtree. I did her house a couple of weeks ago. She's in this issue of Primitive Place. And this was, let's see. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read what issue this was. But you might be able to get a close-up of it. And I also forgot to mention, that my mom's house was also in this same issue with James. Yeah, is that right, James? Y'all were in yeah. When they came and shot the pictures of your house, they went the next day to my mom's house. So they're both in the same issue. So that's a treat. Y'all can look back, those of you that subscribe to A Primitive Place, and see their beautiful homes in there and pictures. All right, James, let's walk around your little show place. Now, James, you're not doing your woodworking so much anymore, right?
I quit.
You quit doing that. So he's not doing his woodworking anymore, but he's still got some pretty things in here, and I just like to look at what you got in here. Let's see what you got, James. Let's see. Let's go over here. And look, this pretty cabinet right here. This is pretty. Is this something that you redid and restored?
I made it.
You made this
Uh-huh.
from the ground up?
Uh-huh.
Oh my
I
goodness,
saw
James.
this one in
So you kind of get your little inspiration from, see this little, he got his inspiration from this cabinet right here. And, well, isn't that pretty?
It's made out of old doors and old wood.
Old doors and old wood. And what I love about the cabinets that James makes, my mama has one of his cabinets that he made. I love the color that you always put on the back of your cabinets because it makes your pieces show up.
Right.
You know, you can't, a lot of times on the dark wood, your pieces don't really stand out, but that light, it's kind of it's not really gray. I don't really know what color I would call it, kind of a taupey looking gray, but it really makes all of his pieces all your pieces that you put in your cabinet stand out. That's really pretty. I like that. Well, let's see what else we got in here, James. Another tavern table. I think you have it. My mom has it. My mom's here with me today, but she won't get on the camera. I can't talk her into it. She has a tavern table that James made. Melanie had one, I think.
Yeah,
Our
she
friend
did.
Melanie, Tara. I think we all have.
Tara's got one, but Tara's was an old one.
Oh, okay.
And
Tara's
I
was
sold it.
old. Okay, I thought so, but that one's really pretty too. I love these tavern tables. They're gorgeous. This was the first thing that I noticed was his rocking horse this pretty rocking horse he has in this big, huge window. Oh, it looks so pretty when you, hope you can just get this view looking out the window at his house here and how pretty it is from looking out this window. Hopefully you can see this. I know sometimes there's a glare and you can't really see too good, but it's just gorgeous. And he has what do you call that breezeway that you have in between your house and your garage? What y'all called it? Something a while ago.
Just
Dog
brief one.
trot?
Yeah,
Dog
it
trot.
started like a dog trot.
Like a dog trot. It's like a little breezeway. I call it a
Right.
breezeway. Yeah. It's so pretty. Beautiful view. Beautiful view. Piece, James?
No, it's an old one.
It's pretty. I like the little.
I made
Pretty.
the mustard piece.
You made that. Now, I remember when you were working on that. We were up here one day, and me and my mom were up here one day, and I remember when you were working on that. I remember you'd found a picture of that, I think, and it looks just like it. It's beautiful. It's really pretty. And here's another one of these gorgeous light fixtures that was made out of the brass, right? You
Right.
just buy these brass. I mean, you can go to the, what do you call them, like the thrift store, not just thrift stores, but a lot of these home places that sell, I forget what they're even called now, that
Yeah,
sell.
I can't.
I'm brain freeze here. Anyway, you can get them like these stores that sell stuff that comes out of homes and lumber, and not lumber, but fixtures and stuff that
Right.
come out of houses and you can buy those brass ones. And he just fixes these up, and they look they're just so pretty. They look so old. You do a really good job at that, James. It's really pretty. Well, James, I want to thank you for bringing us in today, sharing this, and
Glad to have you.
yeah, we've had the best time today and the best. We're going into James's. This is where all the magic happens.
And it is magic.
This little?
You can do all the things he's done with as little as he's done it with. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah,
It can all be moved and shifted without a lot of trouble.
just come to life. That's
but
what.
It's just, I've
Yeah.
seen that table that's behind Ricky there.
That's his
just
little work table.
with pieces all over it
All his little.
and all of the little
stuff
work
he works
tables.
with.
I move my mower out here.
This is a true craftsman's workshop.
Yes, it is. You don't have to have all this high tech stuff, do you? I mean, he does it.
Somewhere in all this is sawdust from every different color and age.
It's in them boxes
type
up
of
there.
wood
Now you said you saved
that
your little
he
sawdust
makes,
and
he
make
makes his own wood filler to match whatever he needs the wood
In this
filler
little-
for.
somewhere.
it's
He's
just-
got his little sawdust up there. Yeah. James, it's amazing what you do, and these little four walls right here produces
James
some
has
mighty
been
pretty
telling
pieces.
stories all day, and I've got one to tell. We bought a walnut corner cabinet that was damaged, had a I think it was at Vet City Antiques in Bowling Green. And we'd been seeing it for a while, and I offered them a price on it and told them to check with the vendor and see if they'd sell it. Well, they did, because it had a damaged door. And before Ricky and I got it in the house, we'd torn that door to Kingdom Come.
Oh, I remember. And Mama was
Hey,
about
you
ready
go
to
go
kill
in
it.
the house.
Betty was
Go
wanting
on.
me to try to fix it, and I said, let's take it to James. So I just took the door off, brought it to James, and I defy you to find out what door it was, and
He fixed it right up perfect.
and it's perfect.
He fixed it right up. That's
So,
what he does.
Uh,
That's what he.
it's
Oh, he's
just
a man of many
like
talents,
Bridget
for
said,
sure.
this is where the magic happened.
Yeah. Yeah. James, I want to thank you so much for letting us come into your beautiful home today. And there's one more little story I want to share. James and I have been friends for, oh my goodness, a lot of years. But the way we met each other, me and my mom were out one day, probably yard selling or doing what we do. And we happened to be driving down James's Road, and I didn't know this Saltbox was back here. And we're driving down the road, and of course, me and my mom, we both just about had a heart attack. I was like, stop the car, look at this Saltbox, it's gorgeous. And about that time, we stopped in front of the house. You were out there, what were you out there doing, mowing or
No,
something?
I was working on my good pavement.
You was working on the pavement? Oh, that's right, you were working on the pavement. So what's sweet James do? He waves at us and tells us, come on in, pull in here, come on in. So we did, we pulled in, and you invited, said, get out, y'all get out and come on in. And Judy was in here, and he brought us into his house and took us all through this beautiful house, and just so gracious, and I've just loved this dear man ever since then. He's really been a dear friend to me and my mom, and a long time, yeah. And to so many people, everybody around here that knows antiques or collects antiques knows James Brown. Everybody knows James. But again, James, thank you for having us, and I can't wait to
Thank you for coming.
well, we sure did enjoy it, and I can't wait to share all this with everybody. And again, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it today. I'm sure you did. And I'll see you in the next video.